Okay, another quick video, and probably like all my videos, this is more for my sake, so I remember what I did. Uh, but if other people get value out of it, fantastic. So we had an issue a little while ago, and we were talking about intersections with superelevation, and does the intersection wizard respect that superelevation? So I just want to run through the process here now and show you how it works. Now, you can imagine if we've got this sort of intersection here, it's just, tangent on tangent. There's no super elevation, so don't worry about it. But over here, you've got a curve coming around here, which likely will be super elevated, and you've got a road coming in. How does that work? Now, these intersections, just for full disclosure, they've just come from a little sand pit job I've got going on over here where I experiment with things, and I've actually got some super elevation on there. If I look at that at the moment, let's get the super elevation tab editor out. I think that might be curve one. Yep, that's curve one. And you can see it cranks over at 5%. Now, it's not important what that value is or how I got it, because that's not what this video is about. It's about that there is super elevation there. So, all of that has been data shortcutted into my corridors file. Now, I've just made a very basic surface here, RL0, so it's just a dead flat surface, and there's some surface profiles there, that green line, and the blue line is my design profile. So again, it's not a real case scenario, there's just two flat profiles. So let's just, I guess first off, check that superelevation is working. So we'll just go and make a really quick assembly. We'll just call it Rural Road, for want of a better name. Let's drop it in here somewhere. Let's get superelevation AOR, drop one there, drop one there. Okay, so now we've got enough to make a corridor. All we need is an alignment and a profile and assembly. Quite often you need a surface to target, but we're not doing that here. So let's just make a little one around the corner here. Let's go from, say, I don't know, 2,400 up to 3,000, right? Corridor, yep. Don't care what it's called, yep. Yep. And I think we said we'd go from 2,400 to, I don't know, 2,800, something like that. Okay, so it's built a corridor. Happy days. Let's just go and have a look at it. Go to section editor. And if we go into section editor and roll through a bit, you can see that's where we are. Let's move that up to there, say. You can see, if we zoom out a bit, there's no super elevation. It hasn't worked. And why is that? It's because when we made that assembly up here, as much as it's called super AOR, let's go over here, lane super elevation AOR, you've got to turn the super elevation on. So let's say that is left lane outside, and let's make this left lane a right lane outside. Yes, right lane outside. Okay, and if we rebuild the corridor now, we do that, and we can see that super elevation has now indeed occurred. So it's super elevating. If we drag back down here somewhere, you can see we'll be coming out of super elevation. Okay, so it's coming back out of super there, and maybe by the time we get down to here somewhere, it's back to normal crown. All right, so we know that there's super elevation on the alignment, and we know that a corridor is picking it up. So let's just, normally I don't do this, but I'll just delete that whole corridor. It's a bit naughty, but it'll be okay now. So let's make an intersection and see what happens. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to come up and use the intersection wizard, which is about here somewhere. Can I see it? There it is. Create intersection. And we want to put it just there. And we'll get a dialog box in a minute. Again, nothing important here we need to worry about now because this video is not about intersections per se, it's about superelevation in intersections. Let's leave all those the same. That's fine. That's fine. Create an intersection. There we go. Ooh, yeah, that's all a bit ugly, but don't worry about that. That's not what this is about. We should have made some bigger fillets through there. If we go and look at that now, object viewer might be easiest. We can see straight away that there's no super elevation there. It's ground. So first idea, you'd go up and you'd get all your assemblies. And remember, when you make an intersection using the wizard, it will pop all your new assemblies up here in the top right. And if we go to this one here, let's have a look. We'll see straight away that there is no super elevation. So let's go and change all those. Just give me a second and I'll go and pick those. Okay, so they're all right lane outside now, and all of the left lane outside. So now our assembly knows to super elevate. Our alignment's got super elevation. So you would think if we rebuild the corridor, and we do that, and we go back and have a look, object viewer, you'd think there'd be super, but there's not. Okay, there's no super elevation there. So why is that? It's because when we build an intersection, we have various targeting going on. And in this case, what the intersection tool does, it puts offset alignments out here. And when it offsets those alignments, it not only offsets an alignment, it also creates a profile on a predetermined grade that we've already told to do. And what's occurring is that in this area, it's targeting that profile out there. So if we go in here and we grab corridor properties, drag that over there somewhere, let's go down to say this piece in the middle and we have a look, roll that across. The targets, you can see that there's the offset target and there's the elevation. So we're on the left-hand side. We don't want it to do any targeting out there. So we're going to turn all those off. Okay. Let's rebuild the corridor. And now, if we go on, have a look at that. Actually, it might be easy in section editor. There we go. Straight away, we can see that the super elevation's coming. Now, there's other issues going on here with the super elevation because I didn't change the right-hand side, but it is super elevating. And if we roll through, it'll go back to back to normal crown. So yeah, that's, I guess, the takeaway is that, yeah, just in an intersection, just having super elevation on the alignment and having your assembly ready for super elevation won't make it work. You need to ensure you haven't got another vertical target in there taking control.